crazy story, and I mean, this is huge news. Even though he had previously been arrested, his official indictment went down today. So, man, we're going to get into the specifics. But before we do all that, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And, man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about NBA Youngboy and NBA Group or NBA Gang, whatever you want to call them, 4K Trade, however we're going to line this up. And, man, NBA Lil Pap specifically. So a report came out today, and it said this basically. It said an associate of Baton Rouge rap artist NBA Youngboy was indicted on a second-degree murder charge from a 2017 shooting of a rival rapper by the name of G Money. Now, this is no new news to anybody who's a TBG, G Money, Fredo Bang fan, man. They know what's up with G Money. They remember that he lost his life, in a horrible shooting incident outside of a studio in 2017. And this report is saying that Deandre Fields, a.k.a. NBA Lil Pap, is the alleged shooter in that situation. Now, that's not new news at all, but today he was formally indicted. So, man, it's looking like they're trying to throw the book at NBA Pap, man. It's not looking good for him. Now, Lil Pap, he was actually arrested back in June 2019 in the killing of G Money. Now, remember, he was arrested shortly after the whole incident that went down in Miami. So it's like one incident after another. There was a long streak there where it seemed like, man, NBA Youngboy and his crew were just in a whole bunch of stuff. And during that time is when Lil Pap was arrested. Now, the arrest warrant that went out provided insight, and it talked about the fact that G Money and NBA Youngboy had beef. You know what I mean? And they were talking about the fact that what the beef stemmed from, and they talk about the lyrics from the G Money song directly that was talking about NBA Youngboy's family member, and we ain't gonna go into all that. You guys know what I mean. Now, they also in this report referenced the fact of the Say Cheese interview from 2017 that kind of even sparked the beef some more and led to more online beefing on social media. And then, not saying that Say Cheese is responsible. I'm just saying what the report says here. We all know Say Cheese had nothing to do with this. But it's saying that after that, it led to more beefing online until eventually, man, somebody took his life. And the authorities, they're saying that person was Lil Pap. Now, there's rumors out there from everybody that have always said that, man, he's just being the fall guy. There's a lot of conspiracy theories like that, man, floating around, especially on the net. And a lot of people think that Lil Pap is just a fall guy for this. But, man, it's looking real bad because these are some of the specifics that they got, man. So the police, they interviewed him on the 13th of September in 2017. And that was only 3 days after G Money had been shot. And after that, man, at that interview, he made a lot of claims, man. He was saying that cats is out to get him, so he's hiding out in Hammond. He's not in Baton Rouge anymore. And then they checked that and saw that was a lie. He said a whole bunch of things that he was on one side of town and he wasn't. And they found out those were allegedly lies. Now, I can't say that they're officially lies because I don't know what he said and I haven't seen a report from the interview. But according to this news report and according to what the authorities are telling the news folks down there, that, man, everything that he said in his original interview was a lie. So NBA Lil Pap has a lot of explaining to do when this goes to court because there's a whole bunch of blatant contradictions in what's out there. Now, what this does, man, is I think this is rolling into something way bigger, man, because don't forget, I just did a story recently about the the Louisiana state and federal folks going all the way to Miami area in Florida just to get information about NBA Youngboy's interactions and that shooting back in 2019. Now, remember, like I said earlier, Lil Pap, he was arrested shortly after that. So they're probably trying to put things together and see what's up. In this report, they also talk about some of the most well-known folks from either TBG or NBA, man, or 4K Trade, however you want to chop it up. And, man, they talk about them in detail. So they talk about Lit Yoshi, and we know Lit Yoshi, man, from my video that I did before about Lit Yoshi. And they talk about his $1.8 million bond. They talk about the other shooting that he had. And then they talk about that he allegedly was responsible for the attempted murder / shooting on Lil Pap, a.k.a. Deandre Fields, man. So they're going in depth. And I'm telling you, this thing smells of like a bigger case that they are building against either NBA or against either TBG or BBG, man. And in this report, they specify that the authorities said that these are not just rap groups or rap organizations. These are gangs. And they said that in the report. Now, once you label somebody a gang, man, that takes away some of the things that they're able to do and function as a group, because a gang is a criminal organization all working in the same effort to commit a crime or to profit off a crime. So, man, just remember that when anything pops up later about these cases, because don't forget about them going all the way to Florida to get all that information in regards to the shooting that happened in 2019. Now, somebody lost their life in that shooting, and that was a sad thing. They talk about that. Now, also in this report, they talk about, a couple of names that everybody who's in this scene are familiar with. I'm talking about NBA Dump. I'm talking about Boulevard Quick. And a lot of people, man, that we talk about in a lot of our videos. And you really didn't think, or you wouldn't think they'd have the radars on them as much, because they were lesser known rap figures, but they kind of got an understanding of how this whole thing played out between the diss tracks, between all the beefing in the streets, and how these shootings played out as well. So I'm pretty sure that right now they're watching NBA and TBG like a hawk. So if NBA and TBG knew it was good for them, man, they'd be like, man, on standby or just chilling out, man. Don't be in any mix. Don't be in any kind of mess, because, it's real in the field. But just to sum up this whole entire news report, they're officially indicting none other than NBA Lil Pap with G Money's murder. So, man, that is big news. That is serious. And we're going to see how this court case plays out, because based on the information that they've given to the news, the report the investigation interview that they had with Lil Pap, it didn't lead to anything big. They even had to find shell casings in different spots, and they matched them up to a weapon that Lil Pap they're trying to associate with him. But it seems like, just based on this report, that the case is not as thin as you would think it would be, man, because it looks like he took a lot of precautions, or allegedly took precautions, to make sure that things went the right way and he covered his tracks. But, man, you cannot beat technology. Technology always wins. Now, with that being said, I'm hoping that Lil Pap did not do this. I'm hoping, they actually find the person who took G Money's life, and that they're brought to court, man. And, it's a sad situation, and everybody is upset about what happened. But it's been so long now that people are starting to put it in the past, even though these camps can't get along. Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.